The world is not falling apart. It is simply returning to its natural state. Look around you. You have spent your entire life building on a foundation of sand, convinced it was granite. You trusted the job title, the bank balance, the partner, and the social stability. You mistook a temporary window of peace for a permanent law of nature. And now, the floor is moving. The market crashes. The company restructures. The person who promised to stay forever walks out the door. Most men respond to this by screaming at the sky. They beg for the old world to come back. They become frantic, reactive, and weak like a drowning man who pulls his rescuer under with him. I am here to tell you that chaos is not your enemy. Chaos is the great auditor. It is the fire that burns away the wood to reveal the iron. If you are falling with the world, it is because you were attached to the world. Today, we build the architecture of chaos. We are going to master the tactical art of standing still while everything else collapses. We will explore the brutal logic of Amor Fati as a passive acceptance, but as a weaponized love for objective reality. When the dust settles, only the sovereign remains. Secure the foundation. The briefing begins now. Welcome to the Citadel. Before we deconstruct the crash, identify your position. This channel is a sanctuary for those who realize that safety is an illusion sold to the fearful. We do not seek to avoid the storm, we seek to become the center of it. If you are ready to stop being a victim of circumstance and start being the architect of your own peace, subscribe to Tactical Sage 365. Signal your readiness in the comments. Type Unshakable if you are done playing the victim. The world is falling. We are building. Everything you own is on loan. This is the first law of tactical reality. Your job is on loan from the economy. Your money is on loan from the market. Your relationships are on loan from time. Your very breath is on loan from biology. Most men suffer because they forget this. They develop attachment delusion. They begin to believe that the things they have are a part of who they are. When the loan is called in, when the bank takes the house, or the woman takes her heart elsewhere, these men experience a categorical collapse. They feel like they are dying because they have no internal citadel. Their identity was distributed across external variables. To stay still in a falling world, you must first withdraw your identity from the variables. You must realize that you are the observer of the chaos, not the chaos itself. Stability is not something you find in the world. It is something you bring to the world. A sovereign man can lose everything and still be whole because his foundation is built on his own character, his own discipline, and his own non-reaction. If you are terrified of losing what you have, you are already a prisoner. Job loss, bankruptcy, heartbreak. These are not tragedies, they are structural audits. When a bridge collapses, engineers don't cry. They look at the stress points. They look at where the design failed. If you lost your job and your life is in shambles, it means your life was built on a single point of failure. If a breakup destroyed your mental health, It means you had no internal source of value. The crash is simply the universe showing you the truth of your own architecture. Chaos is a gift of clarity. It strips away the distractions. It removes the comfort noise that allowed you to be lazy. When you have nothing left to lose, you finally have the freedom to build something real. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you must ask, "What does this reveal about my perimeter?" A tactical man uses the rubble of his old life to build the walls of his new citadel. He doesn't mourn the wood. He focuses on the iron. He understands that a life that can be destroyed by a single event was a life that needed to be destroyed. Welcome the audit. It is the only way to ensure the next structure is unbreakable. Stoicism is often misunderstood as tolerance. It is not. Amor Fati, love of fate, is not putting up with what happens. It is a tactical embrace of it. Most men fight against reality. They waste thousands of joules of mental energy wishing things were different. I wish I hadn't been fired. I wish she hadn't left. This is a leak of power. Reality has already occurred. Fighting it is like trying to unring a bell. A sovereign man looks at the catastrophe and says, "This is exactly what I needed." This is the ultimate mindset hack. By deciding that whatever happens is for you, you instantly convert every setback into fuel. You didn't just lose your savings, you gained a lesson in financial warfare and a hunger you haven't felt in a decade. You didn't just get ghosted, you were granted the solitude necessary for your next evolution. Amor Fati is the art of turning a no from the universe into a yes from the spirit. When you love your fate, you are impossible to defeat, because every weapon thrown at you is just more material for your forge. You aren't accepting the chaos, you are consuming it. Pause. Identify the chaos in your life right now. The one thing that keeps you awake at night. Stop fighting it. Stop wishing it away. If you are ready to stop being the victim of your fate and start being the lover of it, type Amor Fati in the comments. Claim your fuel. We are moving to the Tactical Stillness protocol. How do you stay still when the world is screaming? You apply the center of the hurricane protocol. The storm is made of two things, the event and your judgment. The market crash is the event. Your fear of poverty is the judgment. The breakup is the event. Your feeling of unworthiness is the judgment. The storm only has power over you if you let the judgment infect the event. Tactical stillness is the ability to create a void space between what happens and how you react. When the crisis hits, the first command is, do not move. Do not send the desperate text. Do not make the panic trade. Do not vent your emotions to people who cannot help you. Breath into your lower abdomen. Lower your heart rate. Look at the situation as if it were happening to a character in a movie. By remaining physically and mentally still, you signal to your own biology that you are in control. You move from the reactive brain, the prey, to the executive brain, the sovereign. In the center of the hurricane, there is no wind. The chaos is spinning all around you, but it cannot touch your core. This stillness is not passive. It is the highest form of readiness. It is the predator's gaze, directed at the chaos itself. Once you are still, you begin to build. But you don't build the old world. You build a hardened architecture. If you lost your income, you don't just find another job. You build 3 independent streams of value. If you lost a relationship, you don't find another partner to fill the gap. You build an internal life so rich that a partner is an addition, not a requirement. This is the Kintsugi mindset. In the Japanese art of Kintsugi, broken pottery is repaired with gold. The piece becomes stronger and more beautiful at the points where it was once shattered. Your life after the crash must be a Kintsugi life. The golden cracks are your lessons. They are your scars of sovereignty. A man who has never been broken is a man who doesn't know what he is made of. A man who has been shattered and rebuilt with the gold of Amor Fati is the most dangerous entity on the planet. He no longer fears the falling world because he has already survived the fall. He has seen the bottom and he realized he could breathe underwater. The citadel is not built by avoiding the rubble. It is built from the rubble. When the next crisis arrives, and it will, you will execute this protocol. 1. Neutralize the narrative. Strip the emotion away from the facts. It is not a catastrophe. It is a change in deterministic variables. 2. Inventory the assets. What do you still have? You have your breath, you have your discipline, you have your mind. These are the only assets that have ever truly belonged to you. 3. Embrace the friction. Find the hardest part of the situation and run toward it. If you are broke, enjoy the scanty fare. If you are alone, enjoy the silence. This is where your iron is forged. 4. Execute micro wins. Do not try to solve the whole year. Solve the next 60 minutes. Clean the room. Hit the iron. Make the tactical call. Re-establish order in your immediate perimeter. Order is infectious. When you create order in your small space, the world begins to stabilize around you. You are the architect. The chaos is just raw material. We are reaching the end of the briefing. Look at the chaos you've been running from. It is not a monster, it is a mirror. It is showing you exactly where you were weak, where you were attached, and where you were lying to yourself. Stop crying over the sand. Start forging the gold. The world is going to keep falling. The systems will fail. The people will change. The safety will evaporate. But you are not the world. You are the citadel. You are the immovable point. You are the man who looks at the abyss and says, Amor Fati. You are going to finish this video and you are going to stand up. You are going to look at your broken pieces and you are going to pick up the gold. No more panic, no more begging, just tactical execution. The sovereign is born in the crash. The fire is your home. Stay still, stay iron. The world is falling, but you are finally standing. The briefing is concluded. Now comes the execution. For the next 48 hours, apply the stillness protocol. Whatever goes wrong, even a minor inconvenience, wait 10 seconds before you react. Watch the impulse to panic. Watch it die. Re-establish your frame. Share this briefing with one man who is currently drowning in the storm. Subscribe to Tactical Sage 365. We do not offer comfort. We offer the architecture. Go forth in strength. The Citadel is watching. We are out.